Hey there, guys. So today we have another review, and this is a beer from Prairie. Actually, a lesser known beer from them. This is a wine barrel noir. This is an Imperial Stout, an oatmeal Imperial Stout that is brewed and aged in red wine barrels. I just reviewed the Leica, the straight to ale Cabernet Leica. So I thought it'd be appropriate to review relatively close to that time a red wine barrel aged stout. So it makes a lot of sense, right? This beer comes in at 11%, so real interesting. The beer, first of all, I pour it out, and the head has like a reddish tinge to it. I imagine that's the red wine. It does look like, sort of that kind of brown head, but if you look really closely, it almost has like a purple kind of hue to it. But it is a very dark beer. No light coming through in that. Let's get the aroma. Wow, really nice stuff. Immediately reminds me of the beer that I just had last night. Wonderful amounts of caramel sweetness, lots of milk chocolate. But again, there's this overwhelming theme of berries and red wine kind of quality. It's almost as if you poured red wine into beer. It has this kind of note of this kind of, again, the berries and the grapes coming through. Yeah, wow, even more wine forward than actually Leica had. Great stuff. Cheers. Whoa. Ooh. Oh wow. Okay. That did not taste like the beer yesterday. Whoa. Man, that is aggressive. If the aroma made it seem like you just poured red wine into beer, it's the opposite here. It's as if you poured Imperial Stout into a glass of red wine. It is so aggressively red wine forward. Holy smokes. Up front, grapes, the tannic bitterness of red wine. It's almost as I'm drinking red wine with a roasty note, though. Smokiness comes out, coffee bitterness, a little tinge of sweetness and chocolate. Whoa. Yeah, that's aggressive. This beer is 10%. It drinks higher than that because it is so tannic and boozy. It drinks like a straight red wine, which would be something like, 11, 12, 13, 14%. Above 10% that this beer is. I will say, wonderful tiny bubble carbonation. Really nice mouthfeel on this. But yeah, I'm having a hard time getting past how boozy and red wine like it is. Wow. It almost drinks. I'm not a huge wine connoisseur, but there are red wines that are quite robust and almost stouty in the sense they have rich notes of chocolate, umami, smoke, almost like a roasted malt kind of quality. And this beer sort of replicates that kind of intensity that some red wines offer. Again, this drinks somehow more like a red wine than a beer to me. It's really interesting. It's just so red winey. It's big kind of grapes and berries, and again that big alcohol and tannic oak kind of thing on the back end. A bit of licorice, a little bit of smoke, a little bit of umami. Not too much hops coming through. That booziness and that drying quality that wine has on the back end is spot on like red wine. Really interesting beer. Wow. Not that I'm sold on this beer, but it's very interesting. Trying to think of the rating that I'd give it. This beer on Beer Advocate gets a 92. It is very interesting, and I do want to give it points for that because it is a fun beer. If you're a big red wine drinker, you're going to enjoy this one, especially if you're a red wine drinker, again, that likes not a lighter kind of red wine, but one that's really robust and in your face with strong flavors. This is very strong flavored. It's a fun beer, 93. I'm going to give it a point just because it's a cool beer and a point above the medium and average. So yeah, until next time, guys, cheers, later.